Cell and ED Hub Sastra University, along with ED Cell and IQAC of Annai College of Arts and Science. Welcoming heart is the parent of all virtues, as it is a sign of noble souls. I'd like to call our beloved Head Department of the English to deliver the welcome address. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Happy morning. I'm very happy today, chief guest, as well as I'm very happy to welcome you all in this workshop on digital business. Miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. Which is the line of Robert Frost. I like this quote from the On a Snowy Evening poem by Robert Frost. Here, as Robert Frost said, we have to reach so many things. We have to get success. To get success, to reach success, to reach our goal, the tool is very, very important. The important elements of is digital elements. The digital elements are very, very important to show your knowledge, to show your goal, to reach your goal also. Today, we have arranged a I welcome the young entrepreneur, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, Singapore, for giving a lecture on digital business. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you,
A
sir.
leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. We have that kind of leader. Her name is Mrs. Monica Vasagi, Principal, Annai College of Arts and Science, Kumbakonam. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Never fails. With the help of hard work, we can achieve anything. Hard work is symbol of success. Dedication is symbol of success. Here, I extend my warm welcome to Mrs. Lada, IQAC coordinator. I welcome you, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
And also, I extend my warm welcome to the Vice Principal of Annai College of Arts and Science, Mr. Jelian sir and Raja sir. I welcome you, sir. Now, I welcome heads of the department, especially become in this DBA departments. And also, I extend my warm welcome to students of today's program to learn the digital marketing business. Digital business. I welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your warm words of welcome. Life is all about moving on, accepting changes, and looking forward to what makes you stronger and more complete. Here comes a more strong and complete personality. It's none other than our most beloved and respected principal, Dr. S.P. Manika Vasahi, to deliver the presidential address. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Tahira. Thank you. And thanks to Sundar as well as to Anand for organizing this ED. So let me start over. Respected Chairman, Secretary, vice principals, IQAC coordinator, Mrs. Lata, and heads of the department, EDSL coordinator, Mr. Sundar, and the club students, and dear students, one and all. So happy morning. So for the past 10 days, you had over a bridge course, okay, communicative English classes, which is handled over by various personalities. So after this, the communication classes, we plan to organize over this EDSL club. So based on this EDSL club, you may get over aware how to start a business. So today is a guest for you students, Mr. Rohit Rakesh Kumar. He's an entrepreneur and co-founder of TEMSET, and he's also in a polypsychology. He's a coordinator of polypsychology club, and present he is pursuing his international digital business process in Singapore. So his aim is to become an entrepreneur. Okay, and he's also running in a business. So being an entrepreneur, you can able so being an entrepreneur, you have to predicate the future, right? So only the entrepreneur can predicate his future and they can able to create it. So here you are having a live personality, Mr. Rohit. So hope that Rohit has predicated his future and he started to create. So how he is going to survey his future by starting in a business. Okay, so instead of calling someone else a great personality in order to lecturing you, why can't make over a young chap in this who's surviving over a business to give over a lecture? So I plan to, or I had discussed with my friend of Gayatri to give a lecture. So she was accepted, and his son is Rohit Rakesh, who is currently doing a business in Singapore. So his session may be more interesting for you people. You may get over more informative information from him students. So take over. So and he is currently pursuing his business. நான் யாரையோ ஒரு பர்சனாலிட்டி கூப்பிட்டு அவங்க சொல்ற விஷயங்கள் உங்களுக்கு போறதோட உங்க ஏஜ் சீக்வன்ஸ் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு பர்சனாலிட்டி அவங்க இப்ப பிசினஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க சிங்கப்பூர்ல, and he is also doing his higher studies also. Why can't he? Okay, if he is able to do it, why can't you people? It may be a more motivating for you people, and it will induce you in order to get over his business, right, students? Okay, எல்லாராலையும் business பண்ண முடியாது. You should have that is a passion, and you should face a risk on it. ஓகேங்களா, இதெல்லாம் இருந்தா மட்டும் தான் உங்களால சர்வை பண்ண முடியும். So here there are about, let me say about a few words about this business world, students. You may all aware about பெரிய business personalities பத்தி தான் உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். நம்ம top 10 business man in India, in world அப்படிலாம் எடுத்து போட்டிருப்போம். நம்ம எப்போதுமே business நம்ம எடுத்தோடனே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்மளோட மைண்ட்ல ஸ்டக் ஆகுறது அம்பானி தான் சொல்லுவோம். ஓகேங்களா, ஸோ இவங்களோட பேக் ட்ரிப்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா யாருமே பெரிய வெல்வர்ஸ், they are not well-versed. They are not started a business with a lump of cashes and all. Okay, they had a mindset to start a business. அப்புறம் business எப்படி அது பாத்தீங்கன்னா it takes over a long review, students. Okay, like that of Ambani, Tata, Narayana Murthy, he started his career as a banker and he turned into an IT sector. Just 4 computers வச்சு தான் business ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. Shiva Nada, okay, HCL co-founder, Lakshmi Mittal, okay, இது மாதிரி எடுத்துட்டே போலாம். அப்புறம் ஆசம் பிரேம்ஜி, who is running ஒரு Wipro. நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா IT sectorல, in this IT sector, they all are leading personalities. They comes over in the top 10 students. Okay, so இவங்கெல்லாம் லைஃப்ல எடுத்தோனே பெரிய பல்க் ஆஃப் அமௌண்ட் வச்சுட்டோ எதுவுமே வச்சு ஆரம்பிக்கல. They had a passion to start a business and it makes them into reality. Okay, so what do you think you will achieve it, dears? ஓகேங்களா, நீங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்களோ கண்டிப்பா அதை போய் இந்த யூனிவர்ஸ் போய் உங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பா சேர்த்துரும். ஓகே, உங்கள் எண்ணங்கள் தான் பிரதிபலிக்கும். ஓகே, அது நல்ல எண்ணங்களா நீங்க வச்சுக்கணும். ஓகே, எல்லாராலையும் பிசினஸ் பண்ண முடியாது, அதனால எல்லாரும் எம்ப்ளாய் ஆகும் எனக்கு விஷயம் இல்ல. யாருக்கு அதுல விருப்பம் இருக்கோ கண்டிப்பா அதை நீங்க அச்சீவ் பண்ணிடுவீங்க. ஓகே, so Rohit is a best life example for you people. Okay, so how he started his career and now how he is pursuing his higher studies, and simultaneously he is doing over his business also. Okay, so that's the thing, and his parents are supporting Gayatri as well as regarding Rakesh sir, both are supporting for his career, right? So in added to that, here we are with you people. Your institution is with you students, we will support you. Even if your parents support, some parents you may be a first graduate இருக்கலாம், agriculture background இருக்கலாம், இல்ல உங்களுக்கு அந்த ambition இருந்துச்சு, I want to start a business na, we have a hub here of EDSL. We will support you. If you have a good vision, with good innovative ideas, we will take over to the next level students. Okay, yeah. So in order to that, we had arranged over this EDSL. That is a webinar for you people, and he's having a busy schedule, students. In regard to that, he has given a commitment for us to take out the session. So I had confirmed his date of the past 1 week. Okay, don't be lethargic that he's so young. So what is he's going to say? என்ன சொல்ல போறாங்க அப்படி நினைக்காதீங்க. கண்டிப்பா உங்களுக்கு யார்கிட்டயும் நீங்க ஒரு புக்கு படிக்கிறப்ப அந்த புக்ல இருந்து ஏதாவது ஒரு வரி வந்து உங்களுக்கு லைஃப்ல ஒரு மாற்றத்தை ஏற்படுத்தும் இல்லையா? அது மாதிரி யாரோ யார்கிட்டயோ கேட்கிற ஒரு வார்த்தைகள் வந்து நம்ம லைஃப்ல வந்து ஒரு கண்டிப்பா ஒரு டேர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் நமக்கு அமையும். ஓகேங்களா? சோ அது மாதிரி நீங்க கேட்கிற விஷயங்கள் வந்து ஏதோ ஒரு இடத்துல ஏன் இது நம்ம செய்யக்கூடாதுன்னு தோணும். ஓகே, இன் ரிகார்ட் டு தட், இஃப் யூ நீட் யுவர் ஃபர்தர் சப்போர்ட் ஃபார் யுவர் career upliftment, we are here students. EDSL coordinator Mr. Sundar and the institution will take over to the next level. Okay, so thank you all to the EDSL coordinator Mr. Sundar and the organizing committee Mr. Thirumolan, Dr. Thirumolan and Dr. Anand and Tagira for your coordination within a short span of time. You have been taking over a much effort of organizing this program. So thank you one and all. Session hand over to Tagira ma'am to invite the guest. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congrats,
Thank you
Rogan.
for choosing a right person for a right job. Thank you for choosing a right person for a right job, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Luck is not in your hands, but decisions is in your hands. Your decision can make luck, but luck can never make your decision. So always trust yourself. Here comes our chief guest who trusts in himself and has become successful in his life. He is Mr. Rohit Rakesh Sharma. Rohit Rakesh Kumar, entrepreneur, co-founder of Temasek Psychological Club, pursuing international digital business process in Temasek, Singapore. He is a resident of Singapore. He is pursuing his higher studies. He is pursuing his higher studies at Singapore. At his very young age, he is pursuing lot of challenges in this competitive world. His father, Mr. Rakesh Kumar, is a senior vice president in banking sector, and his mother, Mrs. Gayatri Rakesh Kumar, is working as a finance officer in shipping company at Singapore. We welcome you, sir, to take over this session.
Hi, thank you so much, ma'am. Can you hear me? Can you see me clearly?
Yes, sir. You're visible and you're clear. You're audible.
Hey, so I'd like to thank everyone for putting together this.
1 minute, Rohit, you can go with bilingual. Rohit, it's a rural background college. Okay, English, Tamil, rendume combine panni konja pesikkom. Okay, you'll be well versed in English. Okay, congrats. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, okay. First of all, hope you all had a great week so far. So today, the basic idea of what I'm going to talk about is simplified e-commerce. Okay, so apna business online business, same thing. Okay, e-commerce. So before I go into details, I would like to thank Principal Ma'am Dr. Vaski and Vice Principals and everyone who were able to put together this great platform for me and for the students as well. So thank you so much for putting together this program, guys. So yeah, so I'll share my screen and I'll show you guys what we're actually going. And I'll show you guys. Yeah, give me a second. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes. Anyone, ma'am, can see my screen?
We can see.
Okay.
Yes. Visible.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, na sonna mari, today we're going to learn about e-commerce, business online, and I'll just make it very simple, right? Very easy to grasp today. So I have an agenda that I want to follow today. So let's look at it, right? So first, I'm going to introduce myself. Then we'll move on to what exactly is e-commerce. Then we'll go introduction into dropshipping. Okay, you can see this. இப்போ உங்களுக்கு புரியாது, but as we go down, you'll understand better, right? Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Let me introduce myself. Thank you for introducing me. I'd like to introduce myself as well to the students. Right, that's me on my right. So at the age of 17, I'm a self-made entrepreneur. And business is another interest. So I like business a lot. I like to make money. So I decided what's the best career for myself. So I decided to become an entrepreneur, be able to change the world as well as make money from doing that. I'm an owner of multiple successful e-commerce online businesses, which is what I'm going to be sharing my knowledge with you guys today. You're going to learn that today. Okay. So as for my studies, I'm pursuing international digital business processing in Temasek College in Singapore. Right. So again, business, I want to learn more about it and become more proficient at what I'm doing and how to build a business. I'm also a co-founder of Temasek Poly Psychology Club. Then in my free time, I have many hobbies. I like to play sports, go to the gym. So I am actually a national level basketball player. I like to work out in the gym. You have to keep yourself fit, right? Your health is your wealth. Then I like to read on investing, stock market, and about cryptocurrencies. This way, if you put in money, you're able to grow your wealth and become richer, right? Okay, next. So e-commerce. E-commerce na enna, right? These are the common questions. What is exactly a business? What is e-commerce? Who is a consumer? Who is a seller? And who exactly is a supplier? Right now. So what exactly is a business? So actually, what? Can you guys type down what your answers or what do you think the answers are in the chat? Then I'll read them and I can tell you if you're correct or wrong. So just maybe one or two answers, just answering what is a business or what do you guys think is e-commerce, what is a consumer, who's a seller. Yeah, so I'll give you guys about 35 seconds to do that. Just type in what do you think a business is. Yeah, I'll be looking at the chat, guys. So yes. Okay. That's actually great. Selling products, that's the first thing we have. Electronic commerce. Okay, nice. We're getting replies. Good. Okay, so actually, it's all of these answers are quite good. Okay, we got one. It says selling products. Yes, that's exactly what a business is, right? A business is when you sell something. It can be a product, it can be a service, anything. As long as you sell it and you get money, it's called a business, right? It's not limited to one thing or the other. Anything that you sell and you get, it's a business. Okay, what is e-commerce? E-commerce, I'll leave it later on. Okay, so first I'll go into who is a consumer, who is a seller, and who is a supplier. Okay, wow. Okay, so as you can see from the slides, consumer is number consumer, right? All of us are consumers. So if you want to buy something, as long as you buy something, you're a consumer, right? So if a number for example, you want to buy a shoe, you're a consumer, and the person who's selling the shoe is the seller. Okay, so sellers, they sell their products or services to consumers like us. So normal people sell a lot of stuff and we buy the services or products. Okay, now what is a supplier? Suppliers are the ones who actually make these products, right? So there's a difference between a supplier and a seller, because a supplier supplies the product that he makes to the seller. The seller then uses business using internet, right? So e-commerce, when you use internet as a platform to sell and buy, That is basically what e-commerce is. So like if you buy something of Amazon or Flipkart, all this comes under e-commerce. Okay, so let's go next slide. Now we come to e-commerce. What exactly is e-commerce? E-commerce is the buying and selling of goods or services and the transfer of money and data to complete the sales using the internet. In simple terms, online or if you sell anything online, it's considered as an e-commerce business as long as the transaction happens online. Okay, well, there are different types of e-commerce business models. Okay, so here we have the B2C, which is business to consumer. So on B2B, D2C, C2C, and C2B, right? So now I will go more in depth to all these business models for you guys. Okay. So yeah, firstly we have the business to consumer model, B2C, right? This B2C, right? We'll talk about that. So B2C is when a business, a retail business, to be more precise, sells to consumers, right? So as you can see, business to consumer means that there is a sale is taking place between a business and a consumer. Like if you buy a mug online from a retailer, like I said, Amazon, Flipkart, it's called B2C because you're buying from a retailer. You're not buying directly from the supplier. So, and the middleman to the consumer is called B2C, business to consumer. Okay, very simple, and it's the most common in e-commerce business model in the market right now. Okay, so next we have the B2B, business to business e-commerce, right? What is business to business? So business to business basically means that or a business, it just sells to another business, right? So one business just sells its products to another business so that the second business can make money out of it, right? So as you can see, for example, manufacturers, they sell their products to retailers. So manufacturers are different from retailers, right? Manufacturers are big buildings that put in resources to make products. Then they'll sell it to Flipkart or Amazon. Then we as consumer, we buy from Flipkart and Amazon. So the process of the retailer buying from the manufacturer is called business to business e-commerce. Mind that it all happens online. Okay, everything is online. That's why it's called e-commerce. Okay, next. Okay, this one is a very new to the market. Okay, and many people are actually doing this now because it's very popular and it can bring in a lot of money. Okay? So let's say if so any of you guys are interested in art or anything, right? So let's say you want to create your own products. Okay, so for example, you want to create a jewelry. Okay, jewelry you want to create and put your own designs, and then you want to sell it, but you can't sell it to retailers because it'll cost more money. So what you do, you go directly. So you're the business right now, right? So you as a business person, you directly go to consumer. There's no middleman for you. As you can see, it says D2C means that a brand. So you guys are the brand if you make the jewelry, is selling directly to the end customer without going through a retailer, distributor, or wholesaler. Subscriptions are a popular D2C item, like social media, like Netflix, all this stuff, right? It also considered D2C because there's no middleman involved in any of these transactions. Okay, moving on to the next model is C2C, consumer to consumer. Okay, this is also a very common e-commerce model nowadays because we learn a lot of skills, right? So a few skills I have is I know how to code a bit, I know how to sell stuff, I know how to make advertisements and stuff. So what I can do, I can go on websites like eBay, Etsy, Fiverr, which are all freelancer websites. Okay, so consumers will be like, oh, okay, I have this thing and I want to sell it to some other consumer. So this transaction that takes place online is called consumer to consumer. So if I know how to make advertisements and I go on Fiverr, so some other consumer will come to me and say, hey, I want your services. And I'll be like, okay, so this transaction is called consumer to consumer. Okay, so moving on to the this is the last business model for e-commerce. Okay, so we have the consumer to business. So this is when an individual, a consumer, they sell their goods and services to big corporate business for money, right? So again, so we have photographers, consultants, freelance writers. This is a easy way to make money if you guys have a lot of skills, soft skills. So let's say you're a good writer, right? You write a good book, and then you sell the rights to the book to a big company and let them publish it. So you get the money, but they get your goods and services, and they can sell it off. That's how it works. Okay. So after this, I would like to show you guys why in 2021, why in this current age, e-commerce is very important. Okay. As you can see, it's a huge market. Okay. It's worth up to USD $4.9 trillion. This is a lot. Okay, and even let's say you come up with a e-commerce business, right? And you want to take place in it. Even if you get 1% of the market, goes over billions. That's why you have a lot of money to exploit from this market, and everyone is starting e-commerce now because they all want a piece of the pie, right? Because 4.9 trillion is a lot of money. Okay. And who doesn't want free money, right? Basically. Next, why e-commerce again is very good, because there's a low barrier to entry. So you can easily just go in and start a business. It's not that hard. It doesn't take much effort. You just need to know where to put your resources and how to spend your money. Okay, that's why a low barrier means like anyone can enter, and it doesn't take much skill. Then you only need internet service to get started, right? All you need is a laptop and Wi-Fi to get started on e-commerce businesses. You can do anything as long as you have internet service and Wi-Fi nowadays. Okay, and if the last point, if it's well executed, return on investment can be yielded in a very short amount of time. So என்ன காசு போடுறீங்களோ அது வந்து it'll come back really quickly, right? Okay. So I prepared this graph for you guys to just show you that எப்படி வந்து futureல வந்து how e-commerce will grow, right? What is the growth potential for this market? So you see, and it's an endless growth. Yeah, so I would like you guys to start researching on what you want to do, and if you're able to, then put the resources into e-commerce and maybe try to start a business. It's very simple. I'll teach you about it later. Okay, next. Okay, so drop shipping. Okay, this is my expertise, because I created many drop shipping stores and shops, and this is my main line of business. Okay, so what basically drop shipping is that it's a retail fulfillment method where a store doesn't actually keep the product itself. Because now in a normal store setting, right? Let's say a physical shop, a retail shop. You see a good shoe, you want to buy it, right? So you buy it and go. Now the person who owns the shop, he needs to keep all the stock and everything that comes in from the supplier, right? So drop shipping, you don't need to manage the inventory, you don't need to do anything. So what exactly do you have to do, Adina? If you can see from the drop ship model, customer, they like a product online, right? They're like, wow, I want this in my house. Or even you, if you like it, you can go and be like, oh, I like this product and I think people might buy it. So what do? You go and you create a website and you put a brand on this product, and then you increase the price. Okay, wow. So once you increase the price of this product, people will be like, oh, okay, it's a branded product, I'll buy through this website. And once people buy through your website, you can go to the supplier and ask them and buy it from them and ship it directly to the consumer. Okay, so you are just the middleman in this whole transaction. in this whole email e-commerce business model, right? Okay, so this is the basic idea of what dropshipping is. We'll go into further detail, right? Okay. Now, what are the pros of dropshipping? Okay, so we have low barrier to entry, which means that you have nothing is stopping you from actually going in and starting a dropshipping business. Yeah, so anyone can do it, and you have no barrier to your entry into the drop shipping market. Second, no inventory management. Yeah, like I just said, you don't have to have the inventory in hand, right? So all you have to do is you get the money from the customer, and then you give it to the supplier and say, hey, supplier, can you please ship this product to the consumer? So you don't actually see the inventory, you don't actually see the product, you don't handle any of that. Okay. Third, so there's no need for a physical storefront or warehouse, which goes hand in hand with no inventory management. Because when you don't have inventory in your hand, there is no need for a physical storefront or a warehouse. So everything, including the transaction all the way to the delivery, happens online. This is a strictly e-commerce business and is very, very simple. Okay. So 4, we have improved cash flow. So as I said, drop shipping, and it's a very low risk business. Yeah. So you can put in small amounts of money, but you can still yield a lot of money, because there is no need for you to spend that much money on buying expensive, renting a store or anything like that. Okay. Then 5, you can test products with minimal risk. So if you're interested in multiple products as well, you can just pick them and put it into your shop and just put a brand on it. And if consumers find it nice, they can just buy it from it. It's very simple. And then there's no, again, it's very low risk because you're not going to be spending that much money. Okay. Lastly, you can create passive income. Since it's a low risk, high reward, you have to put in a bit of effort, but it's possible. You have to split your time, and as long as you can juggle your responsibility and split your time between studies and the business, you can create a passive income, and it's like an extra income to you to help you, manage. Okay, moving on. I informed you guys of the pros of drop shipping, so also need to inform you about the cons, right? So the con is that firstly, there's high competition. Because it's very easy to do. So a lot of people want to just go and then exploit the market and take the money all for themselves. So there's a lot of people doing it. So obviously you're going to have more competition, right? Because it's a big market and everyone wants to get a piece of the pie. So high competition. Second, lack of shipping control. Now, because of the fact that you don't actually have the products in your hand, you don't get to see your inventory, you're leaving the shipping fully in the supplier's responsibility. So you have no control over what's going out and how long it takes and all that stuff. So that's one of the biggest cons of drop shipping. Then lastly, you have the disjointed orders, right? So disjointed orders basically means that when you're drop shipping, everything is online, right? So it's an international business. So you may get some order from Russia, you may get some order from Singapore, you may get some order from China. So shipping to all these different places will make it difficult for you to manage and pay more for shipping or pay less for shipping and whatnot, right? So these 3 are the biggest cons of drop shipping. But as we saw, there are more pros to drop shipping than cons, which is why I'm recommending you should go try this, or if you're interested, of course, right? Okay, next. So in drop shipping, there are 4 main pillars, right, that people tend to follow. So these 4 pillars will actually guide people on how to actually build the business. Okay, so the first pillar is product. If it's not a good product, then no one's gonna buy it, right? So you're gonna have to do a lot of market research and see how what are the popular products and what people are interested in buying. right? So once you have a good product and it has the potential to sell, then you're set. Okay, so this is the first pillar and it's very important, most important pillar. Okay, next we have the website. Now when you're building a brand, you need to have a good looking website, right? So, and most of us, human psychology says that when people see something appealing, when when we think that it looks nice, we are inclined to buy more, right? So if you make your website look nice and very professional, people will be keen to buy more and buy from your store. Okay. Next pillar we have is the advertisement. Okay, so now let's say you have the product, right? இங்க வந்து ஒரு product வாங்குறீங்க, right? You want to sell this, so you buy a sample piece and then you take some good photos, a good video of how it works and everything, then you want to sell it. So advertisement பார்த்து தான் people will want to buy, right? இப்போ for example, நம்ம டிவில வர அட்வர்டைஸ்மென்ட்லாம் பார்த்து we are like, oh, I also want to buy that, அந்த மாதிரி தோணும், because all these are good advertisements. If it's a good advertisement, people will be keen to buy. And the last pillar is marketing. Okay, so I won't explain more about this now, we'll go on that deeper later, but the basic is that marketing is how and where, which platforms we use to promote our products. Okay, so like one of the most popular platforms for marketing is YouTube. So there's YouTube ads or Facebook, Instagram. Nowadays it's a young generation, so more people are on Instagram compared to Facebook. So you can use Facebook ads or Instagram ads and all that kind of stuff. We'll go into detail later, right? So now let's go into the first pillar, products, right? Okay. Now the types of people, type of product that people actually drop ship. Okay, so the first there's two criteria. Okay, the first is existing products that already do well in the market. Okay, wow. So let me give you an example of this of a product like this. Okay, like okay, maybe electric toothbrush. Okay, we know that these products exist in the market and we know that they work. Okay, people will actually buy these toothbrushes and all this stuff, right? So people will be like, okay, since it's working in the market, I might as well try to explore the market. So what they do, they actually drop ship the things that already work, to guarantee success. This way they are guaranteed profits if the resources are used properly. Okay, and the second one, we have new products into an existing market. So now, for example, toothbrush or a market like the electric toothbrush, normal toothbrush. So what if we introduce something new that people don't know about, people haven't tried yet? Maybe they'll be like, oh, okay, it's interesting, maybe I want to try this. So this is the thought process behind the new products into an existing market. So for example, like I said, you have the electric toothbrush, and the new product into the existing market would be the U-shaped toothbrush. I personally, even I actually drop ship the U-shaped toothbrush, and it went well. I was able to break even within 4 days. It went well. It's a good product, and we try to push it into the existing market and try to make it the new normal, right? So we wanted people to transition from using electric and normal toothbrush into the U-shaped toothbrush. This was the thought process behind it, right? You need to convince your audience that they need your product more than what's already there. That's the basis of marketing. Okay, now since we discussed products, I'll go on to the next pillar, which is website. Okay, so these four categories and criteria are what you need to look out for in a good website. Okay, so firstly, we have must be appealing. Okay, if it doesn't look good, then no one's gonna come in and buy it. Okay, second, we should show professionalism. Personally, for me, in a website, I keep it very simple. Okay, very simple. Maybe 2-3 steps to go and buy the product. It's very simple. People like it. Choosing a good theme. Okay, so you make it. I mean, it depends on you. If you think you want to make it colorful, go ahead. It's your own preference, right? Then it should be very user friendly. It shouldn't be too complicated to use. Ulla pona odane, you should see the button, right? It should be like that. So let me give you an example of one of a good website, right? It's actually kenzie.com. It's as you can see from the slide itself, it looks very nice, right? Very simple. So, and then as you can see, just below the picture, it says shop now. It's not that far. You don't need to scroll down too much to find it. So when you have that, people are more willing to go and press. Maybe later on, I'll actually go into the website and show you guys how it looks. Okay. Next pillar. We have, okay, my favorite, advertisement. Okay. So I have these 4 criteria again for a good advertisement. Number 1 is it should be eye-catching. So I have this thing called the 3 seconds rule. Okay. So how it works is that to get a person's attention, right, to grab their attention, you only have 3 seconds. So when you're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook and whatever. So usually what you would do, you would just skip the ads, right? Ads now you just skip it, right? So in that short span of time where you're like, oh, that should be the moment you capture the audience attention. So the 3 seconds rule is the most important step in building a good advertisement. So once you're able to apply this rule and you're able to get the attention of the audience, then you can think about them converting it into sales. Okay. So next, the ad must show the function of the product properly. Okay. So now let's talk about some of the very famous ads, like Apple. I'm sure you all would have seen Apple iPhones ads, right? In the first 3 seconds, they show the new camera feature or they show the screen and how good it looks, right? So all this goes under the second category, which it shows the function of the phone fully and properly. Because if you don't show the function properly, it feels like you're misleading your audience, not giving them enough information. So once you show the full function of what your product is, people will be like, okay, that's how it works. Maybe it'll be more useful for me. Then there's a higher chance of them buying it after looking at the advertisement. Third is high quality footage. This is very simple actually, because advertisements, mostly when you look at it, it should be appealing to the eyes, right? When it's low quality footage, we don't like to see it. It's very blurry. So having high quality footage is very, very important, right? Lastly, it should look very sleek and very professional. Maybe later I'll also show you an example of a good advertisement. Yeah. So it should look professional. And if you see, right, actually most of the big companies advertisements, in their ads, they don't have people talking. It's just full of visual relaying of messages, right? It looks very professional. Everything is set nicely, but they just show it everything through the ad itself, right? The product speaks for itself. That's how it should be. Okay, and then we have the last pillar, which is marketing. Like I already said, in today's day and age, Facebook and Instagram ads are the best way to go. Okay, so let's say you have a good product and you wanna say you have a good product, right? And you wanna buy it, and you see it off Instagram. And usually in Instagram and Facebook, you have this thing called targeted ads. Okay, so let's say I am very interested in basketball, right? So on Instagram, I'll search for my favorite basketball player, LeBron James. Okay, and then after I search for LeBron James, right, Instagram knows, because it's the AI inside. So Instagram knows that, oh, he likes basketball. Then whoever sells any basketball products or sports related goods, they'll show it on my feed. That's how it works, right? So when you have this targeted ads, Instagram ads are a great way to start. Okay, and it's very cheap as well. So next is Google Ads. Google Ads is once you get more experience the e-commerce platforms and everything, then you can go on to Google Ads, because Google Ads it's expensive. Okay, so what Google Ads does is that let's say you're searching for something, right? Google will always suggest something on top. So if you press how to first result how to fly that's and the how to fly down Google Ads basically. So whatever comes on top means that they paid for it. Click then the first few you can see beside it or a green box ad all these are Google Ads. Okay, but it's very expensive. This one you can do later into your more experience into the world of e-commerce, right? Next, this is a very new method. Not many people know about it, but Instagram paid ads. I'm sure most of us we like memes, right? So memes being Instagram, Facebook, so in the meme pages now and they have a big following, massive following. So you have 100k, 200k people following all these meme pages. Idhe Mari, they're different Instagram pages who are catered to more targeted industries. Like if let's say I like men's fashion, then there will be an Instagram page that only talks about men's fashion. They're like, oh, you have to wear this, you have to wear that to look good. So if let's say I want to sell a men's shirt, right? So I can just go to the page and be like, hey, can you promote my product in your men's fashion page? Then then they'll be like, okay, sure, I'll promote it. And that's how Instagram page ads work. Okay, it's a very new idea. Not many people know about it, but it works. It works really well. Next, we have direct marketing. Direct marketing basically means that you yourself as a business person go around telling people, hey, I have this I'm selling this product, maybe if you're interested, you want to buy it. That's called direct marketing. So you yourself as a businessman just going around, talking about your products, advertising yourself. That's direct marketing. Then word of mouth. Word of mouth is actually very, very important, right? Because when you have customers, they are willing to buy. Once they buy it, they will recommend it to other people, right? So they'll be like, oh, hey, I bought this toothbrush. Maybe you want to try it as well. That's called word of mouth. So once people they just keep talking, you'll naturally get more customers, right? That's how it works. Okay, next. Suppliers. Okay. Now, actually, the suppliers part is the most complicated part of this whole process, right? Because it's the hardest part to control. A lot of the supplier's decision is not in your own control. Okay. So, but first I'll tell you guys what are the different companies that you can go and research on that actually provide drop shipping services. Okay. They help people drop ship. They want more people to drop ship because they are also getting a lot of sales. First we have AliExpress. Then we have Alibaba.com. We have Etsy and we have Amazon. I think maybe Flipkart might provide dropshipping service, but I'm not too sure. Maybe you can go check it out later, So basically what you do is that, so let's say, like I said, you go into one of these suppliers, one of these websites and go look around, if a product if you like it, right? You take it and then you go ask the supplier, you go message them like, hey, is it possible for me to resell and drop ship your product? Then if they say yes, then what you do, you go make a website, nice website, then you transfer the product and you just price it higher and you put a brand on it. Okay, so the main catch about drop shipping is branded stuff. Okay, so I'll tell you why branded stuff works this way. When the Nike, I'm sure everyone knows Nike, Adidas, Reebok, brands, correct? And the other shoe, okay, or shirt, Nike shoe, Nike shirt, without the Nike tick logo, it's only $5. It's like, and the price goes down. Okay, without the branding and the logo and the brand and everything around it. Okay, the same shoe you can buy without the logo for much cheaper. But people still prefer to buy branded goods because it's more reputable, and a lot of other people wear it, and it's like
பேசுப்பா ராகேஷ், sorry for interruption. கொஞ்சம் தமிழ்ல பேசுப்பா
okay, நான் try பண்றேன்.
ராகேஷ். Yes.
Okay, try பண்றேன். I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I was talking about Nike, right? So Nike வந்து அந்த shoe அந்த logo இல்லனா வந்து அதே shoe வந்து you can buy it for a much lesser price. Okay, அதான் சொல்ல வரேன். So branding வந்து ரொம்ப important. Branding நீங்க கரெக்ட்டா பண்ணீங்கன்னா you can earn a lot of money. Okay, that's why you have to go and ask these websites போய் கேளுங்க, Supplier போய் கேளுங்க, can I use your product? If they say yes, then sure, go ahead, or a website, make a website, and then you brand it and you name it and make it look good and everything. Once you do this, people will naturally come and buy it from you. Okay, now I'll give you guys the how exactly you can get started, okay, with your own drop shipping business. So this is a step by step. So if you follow these few steps, it is possible for you to actually make a good profitable online website business. Okay, first inga AliExpress or previous time any suppliers that I said, you can go to any one of them, then you can find a product, a supplier and product. Idan first step. Okay, wow. Next one there, Shopify. For Shopify enna, Shopify is a platform where you can actually go in and you can அவங்க வந்து ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுவாங்க வெப்சைட் பில்ட் பண்றதுக்கு. So they help you make a website, right? Codingலாம் தெரிய தேவையில்ல. You can just go in and then நல்லா இருக்கும், you can just click it and it'll make your website like that. Very simple, very easy. Okay, but you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. காசு கொடுத்து pay பண்ணணும். It's like a subscription basis. Okay, so per month they'll take money from you as long as you're running your own business. Next, advertisement and marketing. So இப்போ உங்கள்ட்ட வெப்சைட் இருக்குல்ல, அந்த வெப்சைட்டுக்கு how do you bring in people? So how you bring in people is by marketing. Okay, இப்போ சொன்னல advertisement எப்படி இருக்கணும், marketing எப்படி இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். So if you can combine all these steps and do a good advertisement and Instagramல இல்ல Facebookல போய் market பண்ணீங்கன்னா it'll work. Okay, so after this actually market பண்ணும்போது you have to make sure that audience attention உங்கள்ட்ட இருக்கு. You have to make sure. Okay, and then they look at your ad, அப்படி பார்த்தா, oh, I want this, they should feel like that. Okay, so then they click, then they come into your website, then they look at your website நல்லா இருந்துச்சுன்னா they'll be like, oh, okay, it's branded, I can trust this website, and they'll go off and they'll buy it. Okay, and the last and final step, which உங்களுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் இந்த ஸ்டெப் பிடிக்கும் because you get money, right? Even I like this step because you get money from this step because you're basically நீங்க resell பண்றீங்க. ஓகேவா, you're reselling with a brand. So you create a brand. That is the whole point of drop shipping. You're creating a brand and you're selling someone else's products, but you're taking the profit for the brand itself. Okay, now I will go through some. Okay, I'll go through some math. So these are the expenses. Okay, wow. So first one, the Shopify or the subscription. Shopify or the subscription is around $26 USD per month. Okay, wow. As a basic package. So adukku pay pannum. Next one, the cost price of the product being drop shipped. So நீங்க AliExpress போயிட்டு, oh, எனக்கு இது பிடிச்சிருக்கு அப்படின்னு நீங்க நினைக்கிறீங்க, and you want to drop ship that product, right? If that product is 50 cents per product, right, then your cost price is 50 cents. So இப்போ வந்து அந்த 50 cents நீங்க வந்து வெப்சைட்ல போட்டு you can sell it for $3. Then your profit is $2.50. அதான் வந்து that's how drop shipping basically works. அப்புறம் marketing budget. So marketing வந்து if you Instagramல இல்ல Facebookல பண்ணீங்கன்னா you need to use at least $50 over the course of 5 weeks. சரியா? So 5 weeksக்கு per week நீங்க வந்து $10 போட்டீங்கன்னா it'll go and spread to many different people. It'll actually spread to people all over the country, and you can get many people to actually look at your ads. So the more money you put, the more exposure you get, the more people will see it around the world. So if you $100 போட்டீங்கன்னா so வந்து you'll get more exposure. So Instagram வந்து யாருக்கு வந்து உங்க ப்ராடக்ட் மேல இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்குமோ and the AI whatever it thinks will go and show them the ad. So then when they see the ad they can be like, oh okay, you know what, maybe I should buy this, and they click on it and then they may buy your product. Okay, and the total cost, okay, so ellame add pani, it's approximately $90 to $100. அது rupees எனக்கு எவ்வளவுன்னு தெரியல, போய் கால்குலேட் பண்ணி. But this is the basic model for drop shipping, right? So yeah, okay, actually yeah, this is the basic model. If you have any questions you can ask me now. If not, then I can just give you guys just a quick summary on what happened so far. So firstly we discussed what is e-commerce, right? So again, e-commerce in basic terms வந்து என்னெல்லாம் நீங்க வாங்குறீங்களோ அது ஆன்லைன்ல பண்ணா it's called e-commerce. Any transaction that happens online when there's an exchange of goods or services online, it's called e-commerce. And then we have the different types of e-commerce models. That's the B2B, B2C, D2C, C2C, and C2B. You have to remember. Again, also, okay, guys, one more question for you guys, right? Since you guys like questions so much, can you tell me which e-commerce model drop shipping falls under? Can you guys tell me? Just put in the chat. You guys can put it on the chat. Yes, I expect answers, guys. Yeah. So just tell me what do you think, or which e-commerce thing does drop shipping exactly fall under? Guys, anyone? Okay, we have one person who says it's B2C. Okay, actually that is correct to a certain extent, because drop shipping, what actually happens is it's a mix of many different e-commerce models, right? So drop shipping, you have B2C and it's also a B2B, because when there is a transaction between your own shop and the customer, that is called B2C, right? So directly from your shop to customer is B2C. But when you buy it from the other supplier, your actual goods, it's a B2B transaction. So drop shipping is a mix of both B2C and B2B. Oh, thank you for answering, whoever that was. Okay. Okay, yeah, and you guys can ask me any other questions if you all have anything in mind. I'm open to questions, willing to help. Anyone, any questions? Ma'am, any questions you have for me? No, you guys can also ask me. Oh, okay. So we have a question here. They ask, which type of products am I selling? Okay. So for me, right. Actually, I sell a multiple range products. I've sold many different products. So I'll give you examples. So I've actually sold posture correctors. Okay, like back brace. So if all of us எல்லாரும் வந்து computer முன்னாடி இருப்போம்ல, so we slouch a lot like this. So I sold something that you can wear it and it'll straighten your back, right? So this was one of my first few products. Then my second one, I sold the toothbrush, the U-shaped toothbrush. That is my most recent business venture. Then I've also sold the Kenzie thing, this one. Yeah, this one I've sold the same product, but I made a different website for it. Online goods, purchase online, payment safety and returnable. Okay, yeah. So Shopify actually, since it helps you, அது வந்து உங்களுக்கு website build பண்ண help பண்ணும்ல. So once it does that, so Shopify takes 3% of all your earnings, okay, and they will help you to make payment safe and returnable. There's a return law also that if customers when the product polana, they'll complain to you. Then you can complain to Shopify. Shopify will help you settle. Okay, wow. So it's very, very low risk. You don't have to take any responsibility for most of the stuff, and it's very safe. It's trusted. So actually got a question which says online goods purchased online, are they safe and returnable? Yes, they are. Right, they're very safe. It's under Shopify's control, and you can return the items. Yeah. Okay. Now, actually, I'll show you guys how Kenzie looks. Yeah, the website. I'll show you how it looks. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Yeah, okay. So as you can see, this is Kenzie. So this is actually a really, really good website design, okay? And it's all done by Shopify. So as you can see, they have the logo here, then you have they have a free shipping code as well, all this stuff, right? So, and it's very user friendly. So they have this many products and it's all drop shipped. Okay, so they don't have any of this inventory. So they just created the ad, they created the website. So if you see it, they made it very easy and user friendly to access. So pathina ipo vande ulla pona odane you have the shop now button. So you can press it and it'll take you to their product. See? So then people are like, oh, okay, it's branded, it looks good, then they'll buy it. So this product is called Ipl Hair Remover. So it uses laser technology to remove hair and slow down hair growth. It's mainly for a woman's product, right? So a lot of people sell this actually. It's a very common product in the drop shipping market right now. So we'll go back home and I'll show you guys how everything looks. So you have this, which is a very good picture. It shows that it's very professional, it's very branded product by itself. They put a catalog of all their products. You can see and choose. The thing is, right, அவங்க வந்து இந்த வெப்சைட்டை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது ஒரே ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் தான் யூஸ் பண்ணாங்க. The one product which was the IPL hair removal handset. But after the company grew, right, when they started making more money, they started incorporating more products. So now you have the multifunctional home microdermabrasion and other stuff, right? So all this is when you go further into e-commerce, you can keep growing your business. That's why it's very scalable. Okay, next, see, they have a video of how to use it, right? Very simple, very professional. See, this is how an advertisement should look like I said, right? It shows the function of the product and how to use it and how easy it is to use. This is what will make people actually buy it, right? Then next, it just shows how professional it is. Okay, wow. So when you have a product and a website that is very professional like this, it actually makes it very easy, to it actually makes it very easy to make people who come into the website to convert it into sales, right? It's all about strategy. It's all about how you can use your resources and use the capital that you have. Use the capital that you have and create a good business out of it. With that, actually, if you guys have no other questions, I've actually come to the end of my presentation for today. I hope you guys actually learn something useful, and that you can actually use it to start your own business or go on your own business ventures, and again, I would like to thank Dr. Anika Vaski and everyone else who was able to put together this great program, and gave me this opportunity to share my personal experience and the knowledge I've gained over my past few experiences, how I'm able to share it with you all, So it's a very happy event for me as well. Yeah, we got a question. Oh, hello, hi. With that, I've come to the end of my presentation. Ma'am, you want to take over? Yes.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving lots of tips to the students for developing themselves, who are young and energetic students like you. Thank you very much.
No problem. It's my pleasure, ma'am. I
Thanks so much. Thanks for your session. என்ன கொஞ்சம் தமிழ்ல பேசிருக்கலாம், இது ரூரல் பேக்ரவுண்ட் நல்லா இருந்துச்சுப்பா. ஓகே,
எனக்கு தமிழ் அவ்வளவா தெரியாது, அதான் கொஞ்சம்
I can understand. Okay, sure. The presentation is nice. Okay. Thank you.
That's all I have. Yeah.
Gratitude is a memory of the heart. Thanking is a great tradition of any gathering that is organized. I am glad to invite Professor Sri Sundar, Assistant Professor of Management Studies and Coordinator of ED Cell, to propose the vote of thanks. Welcome you, sir. Sundar, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your speech, sir. At this age, you have a vast maturity, particularly in this topic, and you have explained about the nook and corner and pros and cons of everything about the e-commerce and what is commerce, what is e-commerce, and also other e-commerce related businesses. Definitely, it will be very much useful to the students. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.